Do-do-do.
Fan of the Hodaki Big Show podcast? Make sure you check out more from Jace, Mike and Keezy on their Instagram at Hodaki Big Show, or tune in to them 4 to 7 every weekday on Radio Hodaki. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate.
How you feeling, Jace?
Not too bad, man.
Yeah?
Good enough to do radio.
Been doing poos a lot?
Big poo guy, I heard.
Oh, hey, Pugs.
Hi, sorry.
Hi, Pugson.
Hey.
Or has it just been chundering?
Just chundering.
Oh, God. That's the worst.
No, and to be fair, actually, I only chundered twice.
Okay.
Right.
So it wasn't continuous.
Do you reckon it was food poisoning?
No, I think because my whānau have had a very similar thing, and my little one and my wife. And
No, Av.
my little one had a bit of a chunder fest going on, so
Right.
maybe it was just a touch of that, and because of all the abscesses all over my body that.
Yeah.
I
One on
think
your
that-
face looks better.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it does.
it reached a point where it was so bad and throbbing so bad, I broke. I broke.
And you squeezed the shit out of it?
Yes.
Did it work?
Did you get it?
Initially, no, and I fell into a pit of despair.
Because you'd made it worse.
There is nothing more depressing than with a massive blind zit, and this is the biggest one I've ever had. It was like, and you just go, no! And it just went and just expanded more and was extremely painful.
So, because you were talking about potentially heating up a needle and just piercing it.
Yeah, well, it was a fantasy of mine.
Yeah, I've always thought about that.
I don't know if you guys have the same sort of fantasy.
Yeah.
But if I've got like a massive growth on my face, I'm like, just burn a needle there and
Well, what's in there?
yeah.
Just fluid, right? Drain it out.
I think I've actually done that once, and all that ended up happening was me bleeding.
Well, at least something comes out. I'm
Well,
happy with
yeah.
blood.
But then
The hot.
and then I went
special.
I went back in again, and it eventually burst, but not to a satisfactory degree.
Because
It was just a little sort of.
looking at it, I wanted it to just explode all over the mirror.
So did I. I wanted just finish your pie, Pugs. Finish it. I wanted it just to explode, Keezy.
That's
yeah.
right, like everywhere.
Yeah.
And you just to go,
Yeah, like coming.
Well, I was tiptoeing around it.
But it didn't quite give me the satisfactory
Yeah.
explosion that I wanted.
Did it go all over the wall, or did you have your headboard there?
No, well, because I had tissues.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I remember.
Fucking hell.
Pugs.
Yeah.
This is the outro, man. This is what we do.
Yeah, that's fair. The hot.
I
cum
remember
pus special.
a mate of mine actually, and he had this massive zit on the back of his
on his
his
shoulder.
back, on his shoulder. But he said it was massive, and it was a blind one, and it had been there for so long, and he tried to squeeze it for so long, and it just wouldn't give, and he left it alone, and then ages he went, and it was still there, and he went back to it, and he squeezed it, and eventually gave, but it was like powder. Because it had just got
What?
it had
Like
just-
milk powder.
Well, not like milk. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, like Nesquik, banana Nesquik.
that it was
little Parmesan cheese action.
Yeah, like a little bit of sort of moist Parmesan cheese, maybe. And he said it was even that made him sort of. He was like, "Nah, that's gross."
That is gross. And
Because
so,
it was so old, Pugs. And I don't know what happened to the pus, but it must have sort of
Pus.
dried up a bit.
dried pus, pug son.
But I tell you,
Wish Mogi was here.
even just that one day, my throat's already hurting having spoken for 5 minutes.
Well, you are talking quite loudly about pus.
Yeah.
But that's good though. That's why we have you around. Did your
Pus
was
chat.
Was your wife ever? My
Your
wife gets
wife.
annoyed, right? Pugs.
Sorry.
My wife gets annoyed whenever I've got like a zit, and then
You don't seem to get many zits, though, Keezy, to be fair.
Thanks, man. But if I have a zit and I pop it without her,
Right.
is your wife like that?
No, she's not that anal. But she does like to pop them.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well, my wife's not anal.
Well, I'm not. Yeah, sorry, that was probably.
Yeah, but like,
I mean,
no, she's just normal. She's not like anal.
but she's. Well, there's nothing wrong with anal. I mean,
Once again, I'm tiptoeing around it.
but If she sees one on me, she's like, let me at it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So
and in
good.
actual fact, occasionally, Pugson, I'll lie back on, I'll lie in bed and say to her, prune me.
That is weird. And what was she praying?
Just my, just because
No, hang on. Just your what?
my back, right? Because I find it very comforting. But she's always the same. She's like, you've got no zits on your back. It's what? But she'll look around for them. And I find just her trying to find a zit on my back comforting.
Well, that's very...
Does that make sense?
That goes back to our primal, like, almost primate instincts.
Yes.
You know, just
when
having
we were
someone there.
like gorillas and monkeys.
Yeah. Do you have many zits, Pug son?
Were you? Did
I've
you have
been-
zits as a young fella?
Definitely had a small share during puberty, but I have been very blessed with skin that
You
is
look
not
like
massively
you have-
prone to it.
You have nice skin.
Thank you.
Well, as my wife said,
Yes.
Geezy, Pugson has beautiful skin.
The highest of compliments coming
Yes.
from your wife, Chase.
Yeah, but having said that, she's only got mine to compare it to.
Yeah.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki. The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
She also said we're a package deal, me and Pug son, so she was way
Yeah,
off
yeah,
there.
true,
Yeah, she did.
She's a bit hit and miss with
She
those
she
comments.
said you were. She did say you were a package deal.
I have noticed that I've and this is since I've started going to the gym more, and I think it's because I'm sweating more. But I've had like a few odd ones around
Yeah.
my upper body, so
It's definitely from that.
like
Absolutely.
around my shoulder area
you
or
want me to
under my
squeeze
arms
them?
and stuff. No. Like I get them.
Why don't you lay back and just tell Jace to prune you,
Prune me.
and then he might come. It might be comforting.
He might what?
That
But
might
you-
be he might comforting.
I mean, but your wife must do that, Keezy, doesn't she? When you're lying there in the bed with no shirt on, for example, she must sort of have a little
Oh,
tutu,
Maybe
a little
he
bit
has
of
no
a
pants
tutu.
on. Or,
sort of.
But you know what I mean? She'll
we do a
just
different
groom you
thing.
like little gorilla things, and she'll pick the things out of your hair and
Yeah, and eat them.
squeeze stuff.
Yeah. Sure. Now, to be fair, yeah, if I'm lying on my front for some reason with my shirt off, for some reason, she probably would, yeah.
Yeah.
But to be honest, that's not our like first go-to. You know what I mean?
Well, it's not my first go-to
But
either.
it sounds like it is.
sounds like it's
It sounds like you start with that, and then it leads to
sounds
you know.
like it's the first, second, and third thing you go
yeah,
to.
because there's nothing that turns you on more than squeezing zits.
Prune me.
You know, your big one on your face that you wanted to stab.
Yes.
You know how you could? I had one of those things on your wrist, a little bump on the back of your wrist there.
Yes.
Right.
They're called a cochleus, or I can't remember what
Yeah,
they're
I know
called.
what you're talking about.
And you meant to hit them with a Bible. Have you heard that?
No.
You put your hand flat on a surface, and you can see the little round thing because it's actually a build-up of fluid which starts going hard, solidifying. You hit it with a Bible, and it like effectively pops the wee sack holding all the fluid, and then the fluid slowly just drains out and seeps into the rest of your body for the rest of the week. So I did it with Order of the Phoenix, which is the biggest of the Harry Potter books.
That's your Bible.
That is my Bible. To be fair, the fourth one probably is. But I smacked the crap out of it. I was just like, I'm done with it. I got my mother-in-law to do it. She hit my hand as hard as she could with the Order of the Phoenix, and it flattened it out, and it went away.
Well, I
Wow.
was
Holy
doing a bit
moly.
of, because of the thing on my face, I was doing a bit of an investigation, and apparently you shouldn't squeeze them at all.
Yeah, but
That your body will naturally get rid of it and flush it out.
yeah, but it
Yes.
takes its sweet-ass time, Jace.
Yeah, well, especially, and you have to go and do, have to go and do a makeup test and stuff like that
Well, did you do that in the end?
today. And it was really funny when I turned up. They said, we want to take a photo of you for our big thing board. And I said, nah, not happening. Always the way, eh? But it was great because I went into the makeup and I said, look, I'm sorry, I've got this atrocity. It's not happening. And they went, no, we don't want to touch that.
Yeah, great. Okay, so they
Nice.
just said
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Really?
I may have to lose the beard, though.
Oh, I've really enjoyed beard era hoodie, Jay.
Yeah, same.
I'll be honest, I haven't.
Oh.
Like, I prefer you without a beard.
Do you really?
I actually genuinely do.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what, I don't care because I'm just a work colleague, but for some reason I prefer.
Wow. I think we're more than that, aren't we, Keezy?
Yeah, I guess so.
Keezy?
Yeah, man. But I do prefer you without the beard.
Okay.
You guys are a 2-for-1.
There's a little package deal over here.
Yeah.
We'll never be a 2-for-1 like Pugson and Keezy.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't go on lunch dates and stuff.
Well, that's because.
If you invited me, I would.
Do you want to go on a lunch date, Jace?
Hey, I need to ask you, read the batch.
Sure.
Are you going to cook dinner on Saturday? Because now he's refused.
Well, no,
Yeah,
basically,
right, yeah,
the
whatever you
idea,
want.
He
because
said to me, "You're the host. You cook."
Jace, Pugs.
You did say that you
No,
were going to
listen.
cook.
No, I said.
What's that about?
How about on Saturday night, Pugs and I
We should
cooked
talk
dinner.
about this on the show, by the way.
Pugs and I had a cooked dinner for Mike and Jace.
Yeah.
And then it was like, yeah, that's a good idea. And then I was like, hang on, Jace loves cooking. All he does is bang on about how good his loaves are and his spicy chicken soup. And also, anytime I've ever suggested food to him, it's been not good enough. And then I was
Right.
like, you know what? That's a terrible idea.
Actually, you know what? Now that you mention that,
You're a really
I
good chef, though, eh, Pugson?
Well, I'm a good chef for one person. I only have myself to impress at home.
I reckon we just get white bread rolls and a couple of chooks.
Chicks.
Huh?
Chooks.
Oh, chooks. Yeah, okay.
We got many chicks out where you batches, Jace?
There's an old lady that calls the police on anyone breaking
Keen.
True story.
COVID lockdown rules.
True story.
Fair enough.
There's an older woman about 3 batches down who
Oh, yeah.
has absolutely the hots for me. I'm not joking.
I cannot wait for you to point her out.
And
Yeah, please.
I found out through my father-in-law.
Does your wife know?
Yes.
Just wait till us 3 young studs turn up, Jace.
Yeah.
You're
It's
gonna
going to be
competing
good,
for
fellas. Actually, I should see what the Tides are doing while we're there.
Is she attractive?
Yes, she is, actually. And
it. How good.
But yeah, I shouldn't-
And butt.
No.
What about her butt?
Hey, yo.
but
and
yeah.
butt. Good.
Is she a bit, you were saying anal about COVID stuff?
No, that's the other neighbour.
Oh.
Don't try and slip an anal there.
Hang on.
Pugson.
That's a life rule, by the way. Hey, by the way, thanks for listening, everyone. Tune into the Hodaki Big Show 4 till 7 every single weekday because it's so good. And it's on Radio Hodaki. Thank you.
Thanks, mate.